Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to Nez Telly. It's me, Nez. How y'all doing? How are you enjoying the season? How are you enjoying the holiday? Okay, so my noisemaker is right there, still with us, and we're watching a bit of television while I video today. So, first of all, we're at the end of the year. I think this is my second to last video before the new year, and I did promise I was going to do like a list, a favorite and a not so favorite book of the year. So I want to talk about it. So I guess I'm going to start by talking about my favorite. The favorite is actually very hard for me to choose. It took a while before I decided this was the one I liked, but the thing was that I chose this one because anytime I think of my favorite book this year, that's the first one that pops into my head. Oh god. That's the first one that pops into my head. And but it's like I just keep thinking, but I really like this other one, but I really like this other one. Anyway, I'm just going to go through, like, let's say I'm going to tell you the main book I liked more, then I'll tell you some other books that I also liked a lot from. So my favorite book was How to Talk to Anybody by LIEL LOWNDES. I listened to this on audio, and like I said, LIEL LOWNDES herself was one that read the book, so it was so much fun having her speak, because I told you that audiobooks I really prefer if the author can read it. That doesn't mean that it affects the quality of the book. I'm just saying, but I prefer because the author reads the way they were writing. So like whatever was going on in their head when they wrote it, that is what they read. That's how they read. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of the deal with that. So LIEL LOWNDES, How to Talk to Anybody. Reasons why I liked it. I liked how simple it was. It was actually like 92 keys to successful relationships, something like that. I'll write the real name here so you can remember. So she actually went through 92 ways she tried to cover everything about talking to people, like talking to your spouse, talking to your kids, talking in smaller crowds, bigger crowds, talking to the secretary in an office, talking to the big guys in the office, talking to friends of the big guys in the office, talking to the spouse of a big guy. Like if you're trying to score a contract, if you met like the spouse of, let's say, Dangote that you're trying to do contract with, how would you address her so that she would remember you enough for her to mention you to her husband? Or even like when your husband even mentions that, oh, I spoke to this person, okay, yeah, I thought her, she's a very nice person. So it's like how to come across as impressive, come across as intelligent, come across as important, come across as, fierce. I love, like, there was just so much. And so far, when I talked about this book, I just finished it that week, and I had 2 instances where just the simple things I followed in those books already scored what I would call like simple goals in my life. So it's like, what happens to me now, a lot of times when I go to crowded places that I don't know anybody, I usually like sit awkwardly and hoping that someone will come to me and say hi, then I can start talking, because I like to talk and I like to gist. I feel like I'm entertaining enough, but the thing is, like, I'm not the best at coming first, hi, my name is, no, I don't usually do that. So this book has basically told me that the best way is like the first intros to use, depending on, like, if you're in a political circle, the first line that would make you, hi, my name is this, and how you would introduce yourself, not lying, but introduce yourself. Even things like even leaving compliments. It's so, like, if you're dropping a card with someone, I don't know, the woman, I like it was score. Now I'm not saying that this book is like the best book in the world. I'm just saying that this book impacted me the most this year. I keep it stayed in my head since, because anytime I go anywhere, I always find a need to plug in back into, okay, what did this woman say in such a situation? Then I will try and do this thing, remember what they said. So I really liked this book. I still say, if you can find it, please read it. Of course, it's available on Audible. Audible was what I did. I don't have the physical book, and so far I've not seen anybody that has it. Maybe I need to keep checking, but so far I've not seen anyone else that has it. So that's my favorite. That's like I think that's like my number 1 on the toppest of the books this year. There are some other books that also, like, when they're contenders, being Michelle Obama. Like, there was one, I listened to the one Michelle Obama read herself. I loved everything about that book. I haven't even talked about that book. It's true, I've not even talked about it. Maybe I'll talk about it sometime. I liked that book. I loved Ellen DeGeneres' book. That book was, I've never seen anyone write a biography like that. That's another book I'm going to still review. Which other book? There are several others that I liked a lot. Yes, When Fishes Climb Trees, that was very eye-opening for me. Blue Ocean. If I start talking about the books I liked, I'll talk of every other book apart from this book I'm about to say that I didn't like as much. And that book is it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. See, I have to even try and remember the name. The book, I don't know, like, the book is very old. Like, it's written by a philosopher called Florence Scovel, shinn. she read it herself too, and it was beautiful. Or I assume she read it herself, because the way it was read, it felt a lot like she was the one. I did not read it on Audible. Sorry, I didn't listen to it on Audible. I listened to it in one of those. I talked a bit. Please go back to my how to achieve your reading goals when I talked about audiobooks. I mentioned that there's a lot of apps that you can see that you can get free audiobooks, but most of the books you find are likely old books, but they are there. So this book was written in 1925, so it's a very old book, and for it to still be standing the test of time, that means the book is a very good book. But for some reason I was lost a lot of times. The woman had there was a lot of mix of Christianity into it. I'm a Christian, so like a lot of using parts of the Bible was there, but they were like but to me it's like it was hard for me to wire my head into the whole thing. Now, did I learn anything? Yes. That's the beauty of books. It doesn't matter if you like the book or not. Trust me, there will be one or two things you get from that book. That's the thing with books. You don't actually like, I don't like anything. That never happens. So this book is what I'm going to call my lists. You know, the book I don't like the most. But I don't think it's like the book is bad. No, I won't say don't read it. I think you should actually read it, because the book is still doing very well till now. The book I was written in 1925. Yeah, so the woman had some very interesting notes, and apparently it's also available even on YouTube. It's just now I'm looking at it. It's available on YouTube, so you can actually listen to it on YouTube if you have the time. It's a 2 hour 44 minutes book, so it's very easy to find. And a lot of people have done like different studies and summaries on the book. So yeah, that's where I am with this book. I don't know, for some reason this book just is like, when they said you were just missing the points, the tables were flying over my head. I didn't understand. I was like, okay, so how does that connect to this? It was just very there's some things she said I didn't quite believe. Like I was like, no, I'm not into this. I think that's where my problem is. I was fighting like a belief thing. I don't really believe. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for my favorite and not so favorite books from 2019. Are you looking forward to 2020? 2020 is going to be so awesome. My next video, I want to be talking about like essentials, what I think, the things that I think that you should really prepare for if you want to achieve any form of goal that you have in mind for 2020. Now, not necessarily just for the goals, but as in things that will just make your life like way easier for the new year. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, and please let me have a like if you like this video. If you don't, please explain why you don't like it. I have no problem with that. And then I would like to know what your favorite book for the year is too. Please let me know why, and then your list, the book that you don't like the most. Why don't you like it? Yeah, I don't know, this will be fun to I don't know, get around if you think about it. But let's prepare for 2020. It's going to be so much fun. Understand that you happen to life doesn't happen to you, so you have to be proactive for things to happen. Don't assume that things are going to fall on you and it's going to happen. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Come say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, but